Welcome everybody back to another Boldcast reaction. I'm Carson.
I'm Lindsay.
And this is Naruto Shippuden, episode 44. What happened last time?
Last time, Yamato was putting Naruto back into his normal self, with his Hokage power, the first Hokage's power of being able to control tailed beasts. As well as Orochimaru was sort of done with fighting, Kabuto healed Sakura and then ran away. So I guess, and then also at the very end, Orochimaru just like and stabbed Sai with the sword.
Sai was just like, I'm an envoy from Danzo. If you don't like my message, then you can just do what you please. And Orochimaru was like, hey, who the fuck do you think you're talking to? And he's just like, I'm sorry, I just am the messenger. You can do whatever you want. If you want to kill me, that's fine. Just please hear the message. I can only deliver it as such. And then Orochimaru just fucking shoots a sword into his stomach. And that's where he left off.
Yeah. Not sure what that's about. I don't know. Orochimaru just really seemed to not want. He doesn't even care about messages, guys. He only cares
about killing the messenger.
Yeah.
That's it. Hope you guys enjoyed the reaction. Check us out on Patreon to get a week ahead and uncuts for this show and many others. And support the official release and like and subscribe. Don't come here to watch the show. Come here to watch us and hear what we have to say. Hope you enjoy Naruto Shippuden episode 44.
Ew.
You don't know the first thing about good manners, do you?
Don't you know who I am?
More of them just staring at each other. Oh. Ew.
Kind of looked like Neji there for a second. Okay. Nagini.
When addressing someone of superior rank, proper etiquette dictates you face them directly.
That's what he was mad at. Fucking clone.
Interesting.
I want to take that picture and just have it in like an album of Naruto out of context and just see Sai just like in a hole in the ground. Oh shit. That voice acting.
How are his clothes not burned? Oh my god. He looks destroyed.
He looks dead. Who voice directed this episode of the dub? Jesus Christ. They're really getting everything out of these actors. I don't know if the director later in Shippuden, it's Mary Elizabeth McGlynn, who is Steve Bloom's wife, aka Orochimaru's wife, and Zabuza and Spike from Cowboy Bebop. But I don't know if she did the early ones as well. Also guest on Critical Role. Oh.
Well then, speak up. The truth of the matter is, my master, Lord Danzo, has longed to meet you, Lord Orochimaru, ever since the time you nearly destroyed the leaf.
Where the hell did the nine-tailed fox go? Why is the fox not healing him after like taking over his body?
I mean, it probably just takes a long time.
His wounds are slow to heal. It's always recovered quickly up till now, thanks to the Nine-Tails chakra.
What was that?
She tried to use more chakra, and I think it hurt her because she's not at full strength.
Okay.
Captain Yamato.
Yeah?
That jutsu you used to pacify Naruto. Could you please teach it to me?
That isn't possible. Only I can perform that jutsu, because I carry the first Hokage's DNA within me. That jutsu has the ability to suppress the Nine-Tails chakra. Without special powers like those I inherited, it is impossible for anyone to perform it. original. That necklace hanging around Naruto's neck is something that used to belong to the first Hokage. It's a chakra crystal that responds to his chakra alone. The Jinchuriki can be controlled through that necklace. It's said the first qualified to be Hokage, partly because of that power. And it's also the reason that I was chosen to be your commander.
It's always like this. The only things I can ever do for Naruto are the little things anyone could do.
No matter whether the things you do for him are great or small. What matters most is how much you care, really care about Naruto. I can tell, just by watching you, Sakura, just how much you...
Naruto!
What just happened? Why am I here? I remember going after Orochimaru. And then Sakura. What's wrong? Are you crying?
Just got something in my eye, that's all.
I know. It was Sai, wasn't it? I swear, if that snake said something hurtful to you, like you're ugly or you've got monster strength. Jerk, Kyle.
No, I didn't say anything about
That little jerk off.
Really? He didn't?
No, but I think you just did.
Who's the jerk?
Speaking of which, Captain Yamato, where is Sai?
What if it cut to him getting another sword through his stomach right there? Just like, where is Sai?
Is the message Danzo wanted me to...
Great, I'm so happy that we didn't get to see it.
I find that very interesting.
I think this might have been the episode where I stopped rewatching the first time all those years ago because of shit like this. I just remember Orochimaru and Sai talking and not knowing what was going on, and I'm just like, fuck, I can't deal with the wind blowing every time somebody says a single word.
But give me one good reason why I should believe you.
Fucking idiot. Orochimaru had considered that he was going for something, but was prepared for it.
What do you think you're doing? Let's not be hasty, Kabuto. Calm down. Believe our ranks may have just increased by one.
You don't actually think that we can trust this one.
The contents of that envelope might convince you.
That's the same one that he had.
It's from Lord Danzo.
Lord Danzo's just like, hey, so 3 months from now, Leaf Village Takeover 2.0. I'll help you this time.
If you remember, the other, like, foundation person was just like, we do what we have to do to protect the leaf or whatever, like, in Lord Danzo's way.
It's because Danzo doesn't like what is going on right now.
Yeah. He clearly has some different ideas of how shit should go.
Kabuto, let the child go. We're going to be taking him with us.
He really is just like Sasuke.
As we feared.
Bridge.
That'd be fucked, just waking up in pain and not remembering anything.
I suppose it won't hurt to tail them in person as well.
Planted on them?
A tracker, I suppose.
The tracking's my specialty.
Interesting. So now, I guess maybe that's how they'll be able to find out where the hideout
Where's
is.
Sai? He's gone off with Orochimaru. They're together.
They're together?
I am never letting an emo boy on my squad ever again.
No more emo boys.
The ground is still soft. The way this whole place is all torn up, and with the bridge being totally wrecked. Will somebody tell me what happened here?
Sorry, but it's against Leaf Village policy to tell any of the children any relevant information.
Orochimaru attacked you and knocked you out.
Huh? Oh, come on,
They can snoop in his book.
Sai's things are scattered all over. Why would he leave his picture book?
I didn't, but the wood clone I stationed here did. And thanks to our wireless radios, I was in contact with until just now.
That's so smart.
Mm-hmm.
Giving a wireless radio to your
Just what
clone.
happened to Sai?
It's risky though, because if you lose it, then it's gone.
First, Sai had a conversation with Orochimaru. Then he left with them. And
Pronunciation.
But why? What do you think it means?
What was it they talked about?
They were too far away from my clone to overhear.
Maybe he was forced to go along against his will.
Kidnapped? It didn't appear that way. No, Sai approached Orochimaru and gave him something. It's almost like he was trying to ingratiate himself.
Hang on, Sai may be one of the biggest jerks I've ever met. You're not really saying that he'd betray us, are you?
Wait, it's possible. What?
Long ago.
It's possible that Sai has his own mission, one entrusted to him by Danzo, some kind of covert mission, and one very separate from our own.
So then, this whole mission, he was using us? Just playing us all along till he could get in touch with Orochimaru?
That's the gist of it.
This is only something of a wild guess, but I have a feeling I know what's going on here. Listen closely.
I'm listening.
I think Danzo may be plotting the destruction of the Leaf Village.
I never would have seen that coming.
I love how just like the flashback to Tsunade explaining it, and then they literally just repeat the flashback to Naruto. It's like, why didn't you just have Tsunade's face flash on the screen like that and her be like, "Be careful, Sakura," and then they just explain it.
Because that wouldn't have taken up as much time.
That's true. That's true. So decent episode, but still filled out. But it was like, you know, we
not bad.
arrived at a different location. You know, like
Yeah.
we moved from over there. An exchange happened with Sai. Now we're over here and thinking
Yeah.
about it. At least that moved. It wasn't just heal Naruto and then Naruto wakes up. He's like, "What happened?" And that's the end of the episode. At least something happened.
At least something happened. Yeah, it it just sucks that, like, because you already know what Danzo wants to do pretty much the entire time since we first hear about him.
Yeah.
So then they, like, drag it out like it's a big reveal, and then they say it at the end, and he's, like, looking all evil, and I'm
Yeah.
like, sure, okay,
It's a little overdone. It's like, it seemed like Kishimoto was like, "Oh, I want to have this like crazy political thriller aspect of Naruto," but it's still a shonen manga for like 13-year-olds. So, you know,
yeah, it was, this episode wasn't that bad. Yeah, so I was wondering, like, and like you said in the episode, why Naruto wasn't getting healed by the Fox chakra, and like Sakura was healing him. Is that just because of the jutsu that Yamato used on him? Because it suppressed the chakra of the Nine Tails so that it maybe couldn't heal him as fast?
I think that's what was implied
Okay.
with like Yamato explaining the
Yeah.
the jutsu afterwards. Yeah, because it suppresses the.
And I'm
chakra.
glad that we got like an explanation on exactly what that's doing. It's just suppressing the chakra.
Yeah.
So, I assume if like the Nine Tails was out and about, it would just make it weaker and it would probably go away or something. But when it's in someone, it just can
You suppress it.
yeah,
inside
suppress it
them.
inside of them. And they go back to normal if they're out of control like Naruto was.
And the spiky wood things they're more like they're like a matrix. It's like a transmutation circle type
Okay.
thing where it's all sort of like pressing, like sort of, yeah.
I didn't
It's
know
not like
if
a
that...
physical lock that they're like putting them in. Because obviously with what we saw Naruto do in the
He could get
four
out.
tail form, he could just blow out of that. It's just part of the whole jutsu.
Okay. Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, that was so funny when Sai's clone got stabbed with a sword. Good one.
And they pulled one thing to note about that is they kind of pulled a switcheroo, because every time that happens to Kakashi, we see him die in a horrible way.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, well, they wouldn't show that on kids' TV. That's why they can show him dying, because he's not actually dead. That's why it looks so gruesome, because he's not dead. It's not actually him. In this, they don't show the sword, like, going through.
And then they did. They showed it through him.
In this episode,
Yeah.
right? but not last
No, they
time.
just showed like his facial reaction, which made it really realistic. Because also, I guess it's also because the clone is made out of ink and not just like Naruto's shadow clones that disappear on impact.
Yeah, well, we've seen water clones, we've seen sand clones,
but
we've seen a clay clone.
I guess different types of clones can withstand different things.
They're a bit hardier. Yeah,
suppose,
shadow clones. Yeah. The benefit for shadow clones
is you can make like 1,000,000 of them.
Yes, and they don't take like ammunition. They only just take your chakra, but they're also super weak. You can't make 1,000,000 of them, but you can scale their power level. So like, and I imagine you could do this with other clones as well, but it's just like they appear out of nowhere. They're made of fucking nothing. They're made of chakra, and if you want to make a shadow clone that is half of your chakra, you could do that if you're skilled enough with the jutsu. So then you could have like you with half of your chakra, then that thing with half of your chakra, so it could take more hits and is more durable. I think you just have more control over the jutsu, and it's specific to the Leaf Village. It is it was developed, I think, by the second Hokage. I think they said that already. They might not have.
But now, in even just this like little arc right here, we've seen like the wood clone, and now I guess size ink clone, which seem to be able to just stand there like dying for a second.
Yeah.
After being stabbed with a sword, and it only disappeared once, and like once Orochimaru like kind of called him out that he already knew it was a clone.
The wood clone, by the way, is way more durable.
I was gonna say, I would imagine that a clone made out of literal wood is even more durable and would actually be able to like have a fight and take a few hits.
But he probably couldn't like make very many. He could probably just make 1 or 2 maximum, because it takes a lot of chakra to animate a wood fucking golem, basically.
Yeah, interesting. But yeah, so Danzo is trash, and we already kind of knew that. But now they have Sai's picture book, which I'm really interested to look inside, because I am wondering if maybe that has like some backstory of his character. It's like a draw my life and my brother's life.
It's like, he said it belonged to his brother, and that he wasn't finished with it yet.
Yeah.
So that's what we know about it. And it's personal to him, and he's not willing to show it to other people.
But I hope they snoop and take a look at it, because I want to see.
I think that's it. Ready to move on to the next one. Hope you guys enjoyed. Anything else you want to say before we get going?
No, that's about it for that one.
Alrighty. Hope you guys enjoyed. Week ahead on Patreon. Hope you like and subscribe. I'm Carson.
I'm Lindsay.
Bye-bye.